All right, welcome to lesson 2 in chapter 5, and we are going to have a whole bunch of different things we're doing in this lesson. We're going to be writing percents as decimals and decimals as percents. We will be writing fractions as percents, and we'll also be comparing and ordering numbers that are written as percents, decimals, or fractions. So here we go. Fractions, percents, and decimals are basically all different ways to represent the same thing, the same ratio. So to represent a percent as a decimal, what we want to do is we want to divide by 100 and move the percent symbol. So if we start out with a percent like 45% and we want to change that to a decimal, all we do is we start with where the decimal place is, which is at the right of the 5. So remember, when there's no decimal in the number, it's always to the right of the last number. And we want to move 2 spaces to the left. That's what dividing by 100 does. Move 2 places to the left gives us 0.45. When we're going the other way, decimal to percent, we do just the opposite. Instead of dividing, we multiply by 100, and then we add the percent symbol. So if we start out with 0.45, we want to move 2 to the right, or multiply by 100, and that gives us 45%. Pretty straightforward. So here's a couple for you to try. Write each percent as a decimal. Well, 35%, remember we're going to start here, divide by 100, move the decimal 2 to the left, which gives us 0.35. Because this one's over 100%, we'll get a number bigger than 1. So moving 2 to the left, we still get 1.15. Go ahead and pause the video and try these 3 on your own, and I'll give you the answers when you come back. All right, hope you gave those a try. 27% as a decimal is 0.27. 145% is 1.45, and 0.2% is 0.002. That one's a little tricky. Remember, you still go 2 to the left. So going the other way, writing the decimal as a percent, we multiply by 100. So 1.66, we're going to get a percent bigger than 100 because our number is bigger than 1. So that one is 166%. 0.2 gives us 20%. Again, pause the video, try these 3 on your own, and we'll look at the solutions when you come back. Alrighty, 0.83 gives us 83%. 1.764 is 176.4%. 0.005 is 0.5%. Fractions as percents. If we want to write a fraction as percent, 2 ways we can do that. One of the ways is to use a proportion. Write your fraction on the left and then set it equal to a number over 100, a variable over 100. So using proportions from our last unit, we can use the cross product. 3 times 100 equals 8 times x. Dividing both sides by 8, we end up with x equal to 37.5. So that would give us 37.5%. To use a decimal, to write it as a decimal, we can take 3 divided by 8 on our calculator. Remember, it's 3 and then divide 8. It's the top divided by the bottom is 0.375, but then we need to move the decimal 2 to the right. Multiplying by 100 gives us 37.5%. Alrighty, 2/3 as a percent. Divide 2 by 3, and we get 0.66 repeating, which gives us 66.6%. Here are 3 for you to try. Go ahead and pause the video. You know what to do. Alrighty, let's see what we got for answers. 7 out of 25, writing that as a percent, is 28%. 3 divided by 16 as a percent works out to be 18.75%, and 1/9 works out to be 11.1%. Here's a word problem. In a survey, 14% of students said they would travel over spring break, and 3 out of 25 said they would watch videos. Is a bigger part of the students traveling or watching videos? Well, that's really hard to tell because they're in different forms. One's in a percent, one's as a ratio. So let's go ahead and convert our 3 out of 25 to a percent. That works out to be 12%. So 14% is bigger than 12%. So more students will be traveling over spring break. Here's an ordering numbers problem. They want us to order 30%, 3 out of 100, 7 out of 20, and 0.33 from least to greatest. Well, we need to have these all in the same form, and since we're working on percents, we're going to put all of them in percents. This one's already written as a percent. 3 out of 100, well, we would have to multiply, that would be 3%, excuse me. Since it's already divided by 100, compared to 100, it's 3%. This one we'd have to multiply by 5, giving us 35%. And 0.33 as a percent, we move 2 to the right or multiply by 100, is 33%. So from the least to greatest, we would have 3 out of 100 or 3%. Next is 33%, then, or excuse me, 30%, then 33, then 35. So don't forget that 30%, it was already as a percent in the beginning. So in the original forms, we would have 3 out of 100, then 30%, then 0.33, then 7/20. Here is your lesson check. Your job is to order each of these sets of numbers from least to greatest and bring your answer to class. We'll see you next time.